Congratulations to anyone that is graduating this year. Despite not having a graduation, despite all the crazy circumstances that have been going on through the past few months, you've still managed to do it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking uni. I'm going to share with you my university experience and a few tips and advice on how to manage university. Congratulations to anyone that is graduating this year. You've done an amazing job. Despite not having a graduation, despite all the crazy circumstances that have been going on through the past few months, you've managed to complete your degree. You've still managed to do it. So a massive congratulations to you. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you want to see this look, which is like a khaki smoky eye, then keep on watching. With no further ado, I'm just going to get straight into the video. Excuse my baby hairs, I haven't gelled them down yet. And can we just deep how long my plait is? Look at this. Look at this. That's crazy. Okay, so I actually started uni in 2015, guys. That was 5 years ago. So initially when I started, I had like no interest in uni. I didn't really want to go. It's basically me going because my parents wanted me to go, and it was like after college, it's like routine, isn't it, to go to uni? And I was obviously going to make my parents happy, my family happy. If I didn't go, then, you know, people would be looking at me like, what's she doing? My first year went and I just really did not like it. After time, I wouldn't go in. When I did go in, I was with friends, and a very small amount of time I'd actually be interested in lectures. The lecturers that I had, they didn't really care. They were just there to read their PowerPoint slides and go home. And I think for many of us, that is what we experience. We experience a lecturer getting paid to stand there, go through PowerPoint slides and go home. It doesn't feel like they really care about our education, which is super, super weird, because I always have felt like you've been given free education for so long. Throughout that time, you've had teachers who have cared about your education and have wanted you to do really, really well for yourself. And then you go on to further education at uni, and it's like, now that you're paying for this service, you're paying to be taught, you're paying for your education, you kind of expect for it to be equally good, if anything even better. But then it almost feels like once you're kind of paying for your education, it seems as if everything goes downhill. Like, it seems as if the teachers and lecturers care even less, which was super, super weird for me. But anyway, that's just how I felt in my first year. Like, I didn't have any clue about what was going on. I didn't understand referencing, how to understand my grades. I didn't understand anything. I didn't have anyone to ask, can you explain this to me? Can you explain that to me? And just because I didn't understand, I didn't care. Really and truly, I didn't even want to be there. And so because of that, I basically failed a couple of my modules. I had to retake. I can't even remember what happened exactly. I remember that I had to retake, and because I didn't retake in time, I actually can't remember what happened. I deferred for 1 year to retake my modules, and then I took a gap year. Listen, I can't even remember, but it basically took me a while because my head wasn't screwed on. I didn't really care about anything, and to be honest, I didn't really want to be there. I deferred for 1 year. I retook again between me being in hospital and things like that. But the point that I'm trying to make is that when I was doing my gap year, that was when I kind of realized, okay, I do want to do this. I need to put my head down. Because now this isn't the case for everyone. This is the case simply for me because of the field that I want to work in. I realized that yes, there are other routes, but what I want to do in terms of my career wasn't possible without a degree. And then I was like, oh my god, I really need this degree. What have I done? I've wasted all this time. I was just filled with regret. A lot of my friends had gone on and they'd already graduated, and I just begun to feel like I've wasted so much of my time. I'd felt like I'd done so many stupid things. I didn't really appreciate my education. Another reason was obviously because my mom was super, super upset that I wasn't, you know, putting my head down and concentrating. And for me, as the first child and the eldest, it was important for me to kind of complete my studies for my mom so that she felt like she'd done all that she could for me to kind of prepare me for my future. So after returning to uni, I obviously kind of had my head screwed on, and my intentions for university and my degree were super, super different. I stopped making friends because for me, like, I just couldn't find that balance, and I felt like, do I make friends at uni or do I get this degree? Because if I continue to mess around and find distractions for myself, this is never going to get done. So I made the conscious decision to not socialize with absolutely anyone. All the time that I spent at uni was by myself, and any gaps, you know, I had 3-hour gaps, and you know, I would just stay at uni and do all my work. I took as much support as I could from all of my tutors and all my lecturers. I had one amazing lecturer that really made me feel like she just really cared about our grades and helping us. My grades literally shot up. Like, I couldn't believe the grades that I was getting. And when I looked back to my first year grades, I was like, what the hell? These are the grades that I was getting. So uni really changed for me in that sense. I was actually enjoying it. I was enjoying learning about the things that I had an interest in, and just my whole stance had changed. And my third year, thank God, now I have completed, and I feel such a sense of relief that I got through this. I still have regret that I didn't finish it like a lot sooner, and from time to time I still think like, where could I have been right now if I had just buckled down and done my degree in 3 years? Like, where could I have been? I would have already started my career. I do still have those thoughts, but I have just had to teach myself that your journey is your journey, and you had to do it this way for a certain reason. And I think it's honestly because it made me appreciate my education so much more. I just feel like that was my journey, and I had to learn to not compare myself to others. If you're watching and you're in the same boat, then absolutely do not compare yourself to anybody else. Somebody may have completed their degree in 3 years and gotten a really crap grade and gone on to like not even working in their field. Somebody may have completed their degree in 5 years and gone on to get a really good grade, gone into their field, they've got an amazing job, and then it could also go the other way around as well. You just shouldn't compare to anybody else. Your journey is yours. You just have to focus on yourself. But yeah, now that I've completed my degree, I feel super relieved, especially given the circumstances. Though my journey has been a very long one, and obviously not the traditional university experience, I'm sure there's others who have gone through similar things to me and often feel like, oh my god, like you kind of feel like you just feel weird, like especially when you go on to speak about your uni experience with other people and they ask like, oh, let me tell you, when I went back to university I was so embarrassed because I went to go renew my university card and the guy was like, oh, are you doing your masters? And I was like, no, I'm still here doing my bachelor's degree. But you know what, now I look back and I really don't care. I'm proud that I was able to complete my degree, and you know, throughout these 5 years I had a lot going on in my life, just mentally, emotionally, physically. I was very drained, and I know that there's a lot of other uni students who go through university struggling with their mental health, and you know, you feel you put a lot of pressure on yourself. But it's like absolutely okay. If you need to take time out, take that time out, so that when you come back you can do everything to the best of your abilities. I think I needed some support from the university. I needed support from like family, but obviously it's difficult to discuss these things with your family members because they're not always going to understand, especially if you come from an ethnic family. If you go to them and you're like, I'm struggling with my degree because I'm going through depression or I'm suffering from anxiety, they're going to look at you like, just go in there, sit the exams, do your assignments and get the hell out of there. I don't care. Because they genuinely don't understand the concept of mental health sometimes. If you are going through anything like that, I would definitely recommend taking that time out and going back when you genuinely feel 100% and when you feel that it's something that you want to do. Otherwise, it's pointless. You'll be going around in circles and circles. That's just a quick touch on my own university experience. If you're watching and you're soon to be going into university, then take notes. Do a degree that you really like, that you have an interest in. If you go ahead and do a degree that you don't actually have an interest in and you're doing for friends and family members, then you probably will struggle. My degree was education studies, so it was all about children's education and development. It's something that I wanted to do, and it's something that I genuinely had an interest in. I had friends and family members that would make comments like, you know, teachers don't get paid a lot, but that's just what I want to do. I wanted to go into a job where I felt like I would be giving something back, where I felt like it would feel rewarding. I didn't want to go to work every single day, come home and just feel like, oh my god, this is so boring. I'm so sick of being in an office. I wanted to do something where I could feel like I was having an impact on someone's life. So that's what I chose, and I would highly recommend for you guys to choose something that is of interest to you. If you do that, then your grades, your interest, your reading and everything else will be so much more easier. If you are someone who suffers from mental health, then take all the support that you can, whether that's from the university, whether that's from friends, whether that's from family, whether that's from your partner. Just take as much support as you can because you will need it. When I put my head down and I buckled down, I didn't feel like overwhelmed. So perhaps that's something to note. If you're someone that is very disciplined, then you won't have a problem in balancing your social life and your uni life. I think when you're choosing a course, make sure you look at what they are going to be wanting from you. So for example, like, is it going to be predominantly assignments? Is it going to be how many exams are you going to have to do? Work with what your strengths and your weaknesses are. So for example, I do very well with assignments, exams not so much. It was okay because I only had one exam, so that worked in my benefit. So that's something to consider when you are picking your course. Those are just a few tips that I would say, you know, when you are entering university, whilst you are at university. I mean, university isn't for everyone, it's not everyone's cup of tea. For me personally, I felt like it was important for me to have that. If you're the eldest and you know you're the first to do this in your family, it can feel like a lot of pressure. You don't want to upset your family, but then you're stuck between like doing what you want to do. Really consider whether you can go into your career field without a degree or whether it would help you in any way. Going to university doesn't stop you from doing whatever you want to do. The advice that I would give to anyone is just go. What could you possibly lose from that? It's always good to have something like a backup plan. I understand everyone always mentions the debt that comes with university. My younger siblings, no matter what my experience was, I will always encourage them to go to university. Like my sister tells me she wants to grow up to be a pro gamer. She's 11 years old, but I will always encourage her to, yeah, that's fine. If you want to be a pro gamer, then fine, that's absolutely fine. But also have your education as well as a backup plan. It's always good to have more than one option. If you're hellbent on no, uni is not for me, then that's so fine. It's not for everyone, and I have so many people around me that chose not to go to university, but it's still something that I would encourage. If you guys have any interest in me making videos to kind of help with assignments and things like that, then let me know. This was just like a short video just speaking about my experience at uni. I feel like my university experience was very different from my friends and family, but then I also feel like there's probably a lot of other people that feel very alienated knowing that they didn't complete university in the timescale that's, you know, expected. They didn't have the most easy time at university. I would also stress on the fact that don't allow, you know, the elders in your family to put pressure on you about going to university or, you know, not getting the grades that you wanted or not becoming a doctor or a lawyer, because at the end of the day, what degree do they have? Most of the aunties and uncles who love to speak on these things are often people that do not even have an education, and in many cases feel that they want to gloat or, you know, just give their unsolicited advice. Do not allow that to make you feel bad. Do not allow that to add pressure to you. University is already stressful enough and you don't need that added pressure. If you're supposed to be graduating in 2020, then obviously you might be feeling a little bit low because we obviously aren't getting the same university experience as everybody else for obvious reasons. There's literally so much going on right now that it feels surreal, and for me it's like, oh my god, it took me 5 years to get this degree and now like I don't even get to graduate properly like everybody else. So it's really disheartening, but same thing that I have to tell myself, same thing that I'm telling you guys, same thing my family keeps telling me as well. It doesn't matter. Yes, you're not getting the same experience as everyone else, but your degree is what counts. Your degree is still there. Do a little celebration at home, celebrate at home, but your graduation will still come and you'll still find an opportunity to celebrate, because it's a really big achievement and something to be proud of, especially in the midst of everything that's going on. You were still able to complete your degree and persevere through all this madness. Okay, I'm putting my lashes on. These were really good lashes that I got off of Amazon. If you want the link, then hit me up, I'll give it to you. It was like £7 for a pack of 4, and they're faux mink, they look really good. It's almost like a dupe of the Lily lashes. Okay, I'm gonna go finish off my base. I'm gonna get rid of this tangerine look and I'll be back in a second. Okay, my makeup is fully done. My baby hairs have been laid. Today I used the Too Faced chocolate bar palette on my eyes using the shades Milk Chocolate, Semi Sweet and Gilded Ganache. I also used once again the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette remastered. From this palette I used the shades Cocoa and Black Truffle and also a little bit of Dubai on the lid. Lashes are from Amazon, hit me up if you want the link. And then I have Makeup Revolution liquid lipstick in a nudie pink colour. Laura Mercier highlighter in Indiscretion, and then I've just set that all off with my Urban Decay setting spray. Oh, and I also used Laura Mercier translucent powder as usual to bake. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Congratulations to anyone that has graduated this year. A massive well done to you. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!